Hello everyone. On last Tuesday, I talked about financial margin. Now, when margin decrease, your stress increase. When your margin decrease, your relational intimacy decrease. When your financial margin decrease, your worries increase. Now, many of us feel like that we're the ones keeping things together, that we're the ones making things happen, that we're the ones making the money come in. But none of that is true. Deuteronomy chapter 8 verses 18 says, "But you shall remember the Lord your God, for it is He who gives you power to make wealth." Now last week, I talked about learn to say no. That means get some space in your life. I talked about the fourth commandment, the Sabbath. We all need to have some rest. I talked about pray and pause before you speak, you act, decide. How about this? Learn contentment, and finally, trusting God's timing. So an application running wide open financially will get you there fast, but is it worth it? Or is it time to slow down and be a little more careful with your finances? I am talking about easing up to create margin. Now, Luke chapter 5 verses 16 says, Jesus himself would often slip away to pray in the wilderness. So if Jesus would slip away to get some margin, how much more do you think that we need what is called margin? Because you see, in our culture today, financial stress is completely normal. You'll see it in almost everyone that you come in contact with. Today, living paycheck to paycheck, absolutely normal. Matter of fact, having monthly payments, normal. Debt, normal. Worry, anxiety, fear, especially in a slow economy, very normal. Sadly, again, having a little to no financial margin, it's very normal. And that is one of the reasons, as a believer, we don't like normal, because normal is not working. Now, financial margin means the amount available beyond what is necessary. It is the difference between what you have and what you need. See, we see debt causing tremendous grief, and we see financial pressure causing tremendous pressure. And we also see people unable to enjoy what they have. Why? Because they are always constantly worried that they might lose it all. Our culture today tells us so many different things that are not true. So what's the problem? The problem is that so many of us trade margin, flexibility, security, and peace for for material things that do not last. Now, why is that? I'm going to say because our culture, for one, is convincing many of us a lie. Now, our culture is lying to us over and over again. Matter of fact, our culture is telling us things like, for instance, that the definition of our happiness is, you want to know what the culture is saying, what margin means, or the definition of happy? More than I currently have. Now, I'm going to be ending this mini series at the end of this month. So come and join us. And remember to maximize and simplify your life. God bless.